You know, I mean, you got to see the ball. If you don't see the ball, it's not good. You know, the quicker that you see the ball, the more the game slows down. And, you know, my whole thing is trying to make 94 look 84. And if I could pick it up from the release point and have something like this that you know, helps me do that, then, you know, why wouldn't you get it?
It gives us, we're inside a lot in the winter, so it gives us something different to do and a visual, and they love video. You know, so it's been very good.
Well, and you can compete against each other.
Exactly.
You know, and anything that we do in baseball, you want to compete at. Whether it's doing this and seeing who can get the most right.
We've really used it a lot with competition for sure.
Like,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the three things you need to be a great hitter is you got to have mechanics, you have to have pitch recognition, and you have to have an approach. One without the other two, probably not going to be real good. So if you can't see it, you can't hit it, right? So we definitely have to get better at recognizing pitches, and the sooner that we recognize a pitch, the more likely we're going to swing it strikes. So there's a huge variable for how important that is to be a great hitter.
Good hitters swinging good pitches, and you have to know what you're swinging at. And so I think pitch recognition helps with that approach that you talk about. And I think it's become, correct me if I'm wrong, really less about mechanics and more about what you're swinging at and what your approach is. Would you agree with that?
well, everybody's like, oh, get his pitch count up. Well, that doesn't mean I want to take a fastball right down the middle when it's the best pitch I'm going to see. You know, building a pitch count for me is if I'm sitting on a fastball, I'm taking anything else till I get 2 strikes. It's like my blackjack analogy. Too many hitters hit like they got 16 on them, right? I'm like, bro, we're splitting aces here. I don't have to swing. And so the pitch recognition and the game sense on trying to figure out, you know, is this my pitch? See, too many hitters think if it's my pitch, I'm going to swing. You don't have that much time. It's going to be my pitch until it's not. And then all of a sudden, you're sitting fastball and you read that break or you pick it up quicker. I'm taking. I'm not swinging. I'm not going to try and hit 97 and 86 at the same time until I have to. And I see the value in this. You know, the more that the quicker that you can pick up the pitch recognition, the better you're going to play.
I mean, how do you work on it, right? So, like, we talk about it. We talk about how to see, well, some people do, how to, you know, see the ball early and that kind of thing. But to get into a scenario where you can get a game feel for how that actually works, very difficult to do. Of course, Game Sense, when I saw it, it was like an immediate aha, moment. I was like, we got to have it, and we got it. Well, we have, like, I've created this game, basically, to force them into doing the work, which it's not work. I mean, they like to play video games, so we've created a scenario where they have to do so many drills, and of course, a drill for this is just 12 pitches. I believe it's 12 or 10 or 12. And they have to do 5 a week minimum. And the guys, then we compete. That's another variable of the program here. They have to compete twice a week based on the people I tell them to compete against. So we have rewards for the guys that fulfill those obligations. And of course, indirectly, they're getting better at recognizing pitches. Their scores are getting better. The results are getting better. So, and then we're going to create a rotation this year as part of our practices where they're actually going to have the screen, because we have a TV in our facility, or someone could use a projector. We're using this actual TV where it's pulled up, attached to USB to a computer, and we're going to have a tee behind a net. And they're actually going to swing or not swing based on the variables that I tell them, whether we're working on the curveballs or we're working on just sitting on fastball or laying off speed, whatever.